Shotgun in my hands, behind the gun, I'll make my final stand. Yeah, and that's why they call me Bad Company. I can't deny.
Hey, this is Shannon with KS Outdoors, Guided Fly Fishing in the Smokies. Today we're at the Upper Nantahala. We're doing some Euro Nymphing, and we've got a double nymph rig on with a chartreuse mop, and our top fly is a Prince nymph, probably a number 16. Anyway, we're going to take you through a video on getting started in Euro Nymphing and why it's so effective. So far today we've caught about 170 fish, and it's 1 o'clock. So I hope this video helps you. Today we're going to show you why Euro Nymphing is so effective, and it's a great way to catch a lot of trout. And at times when a streamer or a dry fly isn't working, you can move to a Euro rig and absolutely just nail them like we did here. And then on some rivers, you know, it's probably the best way to access water and to get down deep to where the trout are. So today we're gonna take you through a video for beginners, getting you set up on Euro Nymphing. We're going to teach you how to cast, and there's not a lot of casting involved. We're going to show you a leader setup and you know, how to pick nymphs and patterns we use, and then just kind of walk you through this for the basics of Euro Nymphing. There he is. Good job. Good job. Swing him straight up. There you go. It's like a nice brook trout right there. There you go. Good job, man. Let's see what you got. Put him down in the water a little bit.
Hold on just a second. I'm going to pull me some slack out.
All right. Keep him down in the water. There we go. That'll help preserve the fish. Let's see what you got.
Nice little brook trout here.
Yes, sir. All right. That's a nice brookie. Oh, chartreuse soft hackle. The honeybee. There we go. Let's see what you got, buddy. Nice. All right, ease him back in.
Good little fish.
It's a nice brook trout on the Nantahala.
No, you just want to make sure when you're releasing any kind of fish, first off, when you catch them, you always want a net. You want to preserve this for other people so that they can come and enjoy this. You know, just like we've been seeing with the Madison River, all these people coming out and helping the wildlife. That's what we all want to see and all want to do. The next thing you want to do, especially those big fish after a good fight, is make sure they're okay to swim. You don't want to just let them off and they'll turn belly up because they don't have enough oxygen yet. Work them back in the water a few times and give them enough water where they can get their bearings again and go along their way to live another day. So that's basically what you want to do. We're running this Euro rig right now, and I pulled 5 out of this one hole right here. It's a good little run. When you're making these casts, you want to cast up into the white water behind me so that fly penetrates to the bottom so that you get a good drift to the hole that you're wanting to fish. That's really a good technique to use anywhere, but especially at the Nantahala with these great pockets.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
song melody. The truth is waiting there for you to find it. It's not a blight but a remedy, a clear reminder of how it began. Deep inside your memory, you turned away as you struggled to find it. You heard it call as you walked away, a voice of calm from within the silence, and for what seemed an eternity, you waited and hoping it would call out again. You heard the shadow beckoning, then your fear seemed to keep you blinded. You held your dawn as you walked away. When you think of this forsaken, listen to me now. You need never feel broken again. Sometimes darkness can show you the light. In unforgivable tragedy, the answer isn't where you think you'd find it. Prepare yourself for a reckoning, for when your world seems to crumble again. Don't be afraid, don't turn away. You're the one who can redefine it. Don't let hope become a memory. Let the shadow permeate your mind and reveal the thoughts that were tucked away, so that the door can be opened again. Within your darkest memories lies the answer if you dare to find it. Don't let hope become a memory.
So the first thing we're going to talk about is the Euro rod itself. Most Euro rods are 10 to 11 foot in length and either a 3 or 4 weight, and that gives you a lot of sensitivity at the tip. Plus it allows you to get a lot of reach for when you're Euro nymphing. John here is using a 10 foot 4 weight Recon by Orvis, and it's a great rod. I use a 10 foot 3 weight Clearwater, and these are all super affordable rods and a good place to start for beginners. Absolutely put the money in the rod and the fly line, and you can get a middle of the road reel. Make sure it's got a large arbor on it, and that's a good place to start on Euro nymphing. As you can see here, this is a super effective way to fish. Me and Landon both had trout on at the same time on the Nantahala, and we even had a triple yesterday where me, Pat, and Landon all caught fish Euro nymphing. It just allows you to catch more trout and get down deeper to the trout. So when you're first getting started and you're trying to figure out Euro nymphing, buy these pre-made Euro nymph leaders by Rio. This will really help you out, and as you get better, you can learn to build your own Euro leader. And what I've done here is I put a little guide for you by Lance Egan. This is his setup, and you're going to tie basically a nail knot off of your fly line down to these different pounds of maximum chameleon using blood knots, and then down to a tippet ring. Certainly learn the nail knot, blood knot, and the triple surgeon. And now we're going to talk about tippet. We use fluorocarbon 4 to 7x based on the water that you're fishing. Super important. The tippet, usually the smaller tippet in diameter will get down faster, the nymphs will, and pierce the water column faster. The only reason I use a heavier tippet is if we're fishing a really rough area or for bigger trout. And then I'll go to 4.5 to 5.5x. The nice thing about Trout Hunter is they do offer the half sizes on the tippet, and certainly you're gonna, like if you're running a double nymph rig, you're gonna run about 6 to 10 inches above your point fly and tie a double or triple surgeon's knot, and then put say a 16 nymph up, and usually I'll run a 10 or a 12 down, a heavier nymph on bottom on the point, and then that gives you a good drift. It gets you down deep in the water column. So
Good set, Shannon.
Absolutely put your money in the Euro fly line. Buy the best you can, And as I told you before, you're going to put the money in the rod, and you're also going to put your money in the fly line. This is super imperative. Now we're going to talk about casting, as there is none. It's more like lobbing. So what you want to do here, you want to hold the rod up high. It's called tight line nymphing, contact nymphing, or check nymphing. And as you can see, Landon's got his finger pointed out. This helps to direct the place of the cast. Basically, it's just a lob, and you're going to try to stay ahead of your sighter as you're going through the drift. And you can see right here I've got my finger pointed out, and that just helps control the cast or the lob. And I'm staying a little bit ahead of my sighter, keeping it high. You want the sighter material above the water as you're going through the drift. And this will give us a nice slow drift, and just make sure we're in direct contact with our nymph. And if we're going to set here, we're going to set downstream and sideways. Do not pull it straight up, or most of the time you'll pop it out of the trout's mouth. So choosing your nymphs and fly patterns for Euro nymphing, I like to use confident nymph patterns. Use stuff that you're familiar with, that works. I don't care what it is. Everything will catch a trout. We use mop flies. We use perdigons. Just whatever's working, you're going to get it dialed in. But in the beginning, use stuff that you're comfortable with and that you like to fish. It's a good place to start for a beginner. Always make sure your nymphs are heavy enough to get down deep and penetrate the water column from beginning to end. This also helps to keep your sighter a little bit tight as you're going through the drift. So if you notice you have too much slack, or the nymphs are riding too high on the surface, put on a heavier nymph. This is an absolute. So the last bit of advice I have to offer you is to study, and get out and apply what you've studied on the river for Euro nymphing. Read books, watch YouTube videos, study people like Lance Egan and George Daniels, guys like that, and just break it down piece by piece and put it back together.
Hey guys, it's Landon from KSOUTDOORS. We're all dog and tired. We pulled in total 240 fish today over at the upper Nanahail and the lower Nanahail. We fished both. We threw a chartreuse soft tackle mock fly, and it was simulating a crane fly, and it really worked well today. It was a lot of fun, and looking forward to talking to you guys next time.